Hey guys, welcome back to the United Star, and we have Rishabh with us, whose picture slightly unfocused right now, which is fine. But yeah, we're here to talk about the youth, and there are a lot of players that are going out, and there's some exciting times at Manchester United. So Rishabh, I just want you to catch us up on what the youth's been doing. I mean, we've seen Tahith Chong go out on loan and score 3 goals in 2 matches, which he never did in a United shirt. We recently saw Dylan Levitt make his debut for Wales and then go on to Charlton on loan. I think two of our keepers have also gone out on loan. So how about you sum it up for us?
Yeah, so it's good to see that there's finally some movement. I mean, after Chong, it was like there was no movement at all, and it was very nice to see Dylan Levitt make his debut for Wales. He's been in the squad for a long time for Wales, but never got a chance to make his debut, and now he gets it. And he put in a cracker of a performance. I mean, Dan James was man of the match, and I think Levitt was the second highest rated player. And I mean, he gave a great performance. And Finland is not a team of pushovers. It's a quite decent team, I would say. They've made it to the Euros, and yeah, so it was really good to see his performance as well.
So when it comes to the likes of Tahith Chong, we've obviously seen him score 3 goals in within 150, 160 minutes in that German side. So do we expect him to grow in the Bundesliga? Do we see him settling there, not coming back? What's your take on Tahith Chong's loan situation?
He's doing really well, which is very, very promising. And he's scoring goals, and I think his end product was a big issue once he came to the senior side, and I think he was lacking confidence, and you could see that in some of his performances. But now that he's gone on loan, he doesn't have the pressure that it's Manchester United, and he's playing friendlies in preseason, and that gives him confidence to go into the season and then put in performances. And I think his ultimate goal would be to come back and prove himself at United. But it's a 2-year loan, so I think he has time. I expect him to come back, but 2 years is a long time, and what movements United make or what other academy graduates, and I mean, we have a great crop of youngsters. You never know who could come up.
I mean, I completely agree with you, and that's where I was wondering. This could be very early to say so, but the way Sancho went to the Bundesliga, settled in well, and now he's rumored to come to United at like 120 million. Could we see Chong trying to replicate those footsteps and try and achieve similar levels?
I mean, Jadon Sancho has become like, he's become like an example to all the youngsters in England. So you see, they are all the youngsters. They think that it's a great step to go to Germany. I mean, not many youngsters took this step before, especially Englishmen. They're always skeptical to go abroad. And Jadon Sancho was brave enough to say, I'm leaving Manchester City. I'm not going on loan. I'm just leaving the club, and I'm going to Dortmund, and I'm going to make my name in Germany. And now he wants to come back to England. I hope it's with Manchester United.
I completely agree. So we've touched upon Tahith Chong and his capabilities in the Bundesliga, but I just want to quickly mention a few names out there. Our keeper Matic Kovar has also joined Swindon Town in League One. He was also said to be around about Dean Henderson's level. So if he can start getting those loan moves, go up the ladder one by one, that would be great for his development. We've already touched up on Dylan Levitt, right, going to Charlton Athletic. What's your take on him joining the League One? I would have preferred him to be in the Championship, somewhere in a club like Swansea. But do you think because he gets more game time at Charlton, we've sent him there?
Even I was, surprised that, what are they doing sending him to League One? And, I read somewhere, on Twitter, I think, from a source that's close to United saying that Ole wants the style of play rather than the quality of opposition that players will be facing. And his focus is on the style of play. So, I mean, League One as the first step, maybe for his abilities, a bit less, but I think it gives them much more chance to get regular game time. And Charlton were just relegated, I believe, I think, from the championship. So they'll be losing players, obviously, who want to still play in the championship. And So I expect Levitt to get his chances.
I
And
think you summed that up pretty well. But we spoke about this last time when we were talking about the youth and some great potential. With Levitt leaving, do you see Garner leaving as well, or do you see him as backup for an injury crisis in our midfield if that happens?
I think we're stacked in midfield, right? Because we're struggling to ship off Pereira, and it's being reported that Ole wants to keep Lingard this season. It's just recently, the past few days, it's been being reported, and from very strong sources, that Lingard's going to stay. So we signed Donny Van de Beek, obviously, who's a very versatile player. He can play the number 6 position, the number 8 position, the number 10 position, and I think we're stacked in midfield, so it's not a place where we expect to have an injury crisis. And I think James Garner should go out on loan. He should get his chances. And even if we do face a midfield crisis, I mean, we've got Ethan Galbraith in the academy. He's already made his debut for Northern Ireland. So he could be a great option to come and show what he can do if there's an injury crisis, God forbid.
I completely agree with you. So, just to sum up on the transfers, and then maybe we can talk about the under 21s and under 23s in specific. Who all do you see leaving the club, or who all would you like to see leave the club? We've already spoken about Garner going out on a loan. Do you see Deshaun Bernard or Ethan Laird or even Galbraith for that going out on loan?
Uh, I read that Galbraith's going to stay, and I mean, we need somebody to play for the reserves. You can't send everybody out on loan. You don't want to end up like Chelsea. I mean, they just send all the young players out on loan, and then they never get their chances, and it's just like up till they're 24, 25, they're wasting key years of their careers, and we don't want that to happen at United. And yeah, so I want to see a lot of players like obviously James Garner, because I think he needs that game time to prove himself. And he's been the quality of performances that he puts in for the reserves. Pundits are always saying that he's just too advanced for this level. He doesn't belong here. So why not send him to the championship and test out what he can do?
I think that sums it up pretty well. And I've been catching up on all the under 23 action, and we just played Salford City, owned by our own class of '92, and we beat them 6-0, which was a fabulous performance. And before that, I think uh, we
Huddersfield.
played a yeah we played Huddersfield. We played, and again, guys, we didn't play the under 23 of these sides. We played their starting 11, and that game ended in a 3-3 draw. But the names that I want to stand out, and we spoke about this, is Hannibal Majby. I think the way he managed to conduct himself at such a young age, at such a high level, is fabulous. He's definitely going to get some sort of an FA Cup or Capital One or whatever it's being called this season. That a game in that, or maybe the bench. What's your take on Hannibal? And then we can end it.
I mean, Hannibal is just, I mean, I did not expect this, I mean, I had high expectations, but so soon I didn't. And he's just started training with the under 23s as well. He was in the under 18 level. And coaches were saying that he'll take time. And obviously, maybe he will take time. And I heard that they're going to implement the Greenwood strategy with him, which is when Greenwood was younger, he was just occasionally training with the first team. And then he was focusing on the reserves. He was playing week in, week out there, and then coming and training, learning from the senior players, and then going back, performing, and then finally got his chance. We saw what he can do. So I expect Hannibal to follow his footsteps.
I was just going to end this, but you mentioned Greenwood, and a name that's circulating around is Charlie McNeil. He is a forward for City who has apparently scored over 600 goals, and we're going to snatch him from our neighbors for around about 1 million. And if we have the likes of Charlie McNeil performing the way Greenwood does and Hannibal Majbury, we're in for a treat.
I swear. I mean, actually, not many people know this, but Charlie McNeil was actually Manchester United academy lad, and we shipped him off to City for around I think £11,000, and now we're buying him for a fee that could rise to 1.35 million. So skeptical
Isn't
business.
that funny, Rishabh? We are probably going for Charlie McNeil, who's a City player, and we're going for Jadon Sancho, who's also an ex-City player. it seems like everyone from City just wants to run towards the red side.
I mean, why would you want to be at the smaller club in the city, man? I mean, the
That,
third smallest club. I mean, Salford are bigger than them.
that's completely right, Rishabh. So let's just end this on a quick note. Two players you seeing going out on loan for sure this season, and two players breaking into the first team or getting at least one game.
Two players I see going out are Deshaun Bernard and James Garner. And two players I want to see. I mean, I hope that. I mean, I see them getting chances are Terin Mengi and Hannibal.
So, guys, that's about it. We've heard how things are going in the transfer market when it comes to youth. What do you guys think about our youth and how they're playing? And do check out our other videos with Rishabh about Manchester United and especially about the academy. Thanks, Rishabh, and we'll see you next time.